There are growing fears right now over a terrorist resurgence in Afghanistan. Evacuations from the airport have ramped up, but the Pentagon today confirming that the threats from ISIS are slowing that process down. And time is ticking with the deadline to airlift Americans and allies to safety. The president is now expected to decide within 24 hours whether or not to extend that August 31st deadline. It is a move that could further escalate the situation between the U.S. and the Taliban. White House correspondent Allison Harris is live in Washington, D.C. tonight with the latest developments. Allison.
Marnie, U.S. military commanders are now taking every step they can to prepare for a possible attack on U.S. forces at the airport as the evacuation effort has ramped up drastically over the past 24 hours. The president's national security advisor saying that the threat is real and that it is acute. There is a terror threat to U.S. forces at the airport in Afghanistan.
Right now, to our forces at the airport is a serious threat from ISIS-K, which we're trying to deal with.
Nobody wants to see anybody else hurt, and certainly nobody wants to see anything that could impact our ability to continue to conduct this evacuation operation.
President Biden addressing the risk in remarks Sunday.
Every day we have troops on the ground. These troops, innocent civilians at the airport, face the risk of attack from ISIS-K.
As soldiers and Marines conduct the most successful evacuation in a 24-hour period so far since the Taliban takeover, extracting 16,000 people from Sunday into Monday.
And the flights are continuing hour by hour.
The president's national security advisor saying the U.S. has developed the wherewithal to get every American out of Kabul by the August 31st deadline, even though the administration admits it does not know how many Americans remain in Afghanistan. U.S. military commanders are now in daily talks with the Taliban sending a message to the U.S. that pushing back the deadline would violate their agreement.
Ultimately, it will be the president's decision how this proceeds, no one else's.
At home, there are growing concerns that terror groups will reform in the region, as a UN report says there are extremist groups aligned with the Taliban.
Not just the Taliban, but Al-Qaeda, ISIS, terrorist organizations that want to attack the United States now have an entire country as a sanctuary from which to do so.
Are there Al-Qaeda members and remnants in Afghanistan? Yes. Al-Qaeda's capacity to do what it did on 9/11, to attack us, to attack our partners or allies from Afghanistan, is vastly, vastly diminished.
President Biden says the U.S. is maintaining constant vigilance to monitor and disrupt any of these terror threats. Marnie?
And Allison, I understand tomorrow President Biden will be meeting with other world leaders on Afghanistan. What are you hearing we can expect?
So the president will be talking to the G7 leaders. They're going to talk about humanitarian support for these Afghan evacuees. This has become an unprecedented global effort to evacuate, process, and resettle these evacuees. Right now, there are 26 countries on 4 different continents involved in this effort. Marnie?
And we'll have more on the refugees arriving here in the U.S. in just a moment. Allison, thank you.